Hello everyone, we're back in the M2. I've just done 202 miles so far, so not even run in. A couple of people were wondering what the run-in procedure is in this car is, and BMW say 500 miles, you have to sort of take it easy, always make sure it's warm when you're driving anywhere, so let it do its little thingy when you start it up. Try not to do short journeys because you want the car to fully warm up before you sort of turn it off again, so sort of you don't want to wear the engine too much. And then you've got to vary the revs, not go over 5,000. It goes to about 6, it says 7. I don't know yet because I have not got there yet, but 500 miles and then you can basically do what you want. At 1,200 miles you have to do your first oil change, which I guess gets rid of all the little bits of metal and stuff that have broken down in the engine. The reason I'm doing the video right now is because I've got a little bit of time, about to get on the tunnel. I thought I'd talk about, will I modify the M2? Literally, I think as soon as I posted it, people are asking me, what are you going to do to it? Have you got any plans? What are you going to change? All these kind of things. And honestly, when I was initially, before I got the car, I hadn't even thought about it. I was like, oh, I'll just get the car. And my sort of thing at the moment, what I try and do is keep the car completely stock for a couple of months, something like that. So you really get used to it, and then things like exhausts, they get louder anyway. And so you never know, you might really like the stock. So the people that change it week one, unless you 100% know and you've been in lots of the cars and you've been in the cars that have been modified, you know what you want to do, I always suggest just keep it stock. But what are the things that I would change? Well, to start off with, I'm just looking because I've just noticed it here. The dash, BMW have the tiniest freaking speedo, digital speedo I've ever seen in a modern car. I'll cut to it, but it's so small. And then above that is our massive outdoor temperature gauge in the middle. Who needs that? It's absolute rubbish. I just don't even understand. But actual mods to the car, the things that have struck me straight away is it's not that loud. The RS3 is so much louder, like so much louder than this car. Or even just like gear shifts, everything. I don't know whether it's a combination of just exhaust is really loud or this car's better insulated from all this noise. I know it has the audio system which pumps it in, and actually at the moment I know it's there, but I don't really notice it that much. No, I don't even notice it. I just assume that's car noise, and that's kind of how I want to leave it. With regards to exhaust, I've looked at the BMW Performance exhaust, which I think is quite a good option. It retains this sort of factory noise, which I quite like. There's a Akrapovic, not really sure how you pronounce that. There's a system by them, which I might look into, but I think it's a bit more harsh and a bit louder. And I don't want this car to be stupidly loud. I just want to be able to drive it around, have fun. I want to be able to take it on tracks. I want to be able to go to Bedford or somewhere and not worry about whether you're going to hit the limiters and stuff like that, because then you have to drive slower and you just can't have as much fun on track. And this car for me is about fun and then also daily use, and I don't want it to be obnoxiously loud. Suspension. Now, this car I think gets a lot of flack for its suspension a little bit. I would say it's a bit busy. It's perfectly fine. It's not bad. It's just a bit busy, and it doesn't take the edge off anything you go over. So if you go over a little pop hole, it's like poof. If you go over like a little gap in the road or something, you feel it. And I would say versus the RS3 had really nice damping. It would just cushion these sorts of things. And it's not about, I like body control, but I just don't want to feel absolutely everything. I'm getting on the train now. So I would potentially look at changing the suspension. There's a few different options. There's a BMW sort of performance one, but I know that actually just makes it stiffer. From the side profile of the car and just from outside, I would love it to be a little bit lower and maybe even some tiny bit of spacers. But I'm not massively into tuning. I don't know, I think this car would look so good just lowered a little bit. But I would never just put lowering springs on, because the ride quality will get so much worse. I want it to get better. If I change anything, I want it to be an improvement, not just an aesthetic thing. So, a couple of companies to look at. KW, they do a 3-way, which in theory, if you can adjust the dampers yourself and stuff like that, Öhlins do some very good systems. And I'm just looking, but I'm gonna drive the car, see how it is, and then see if I decide, because I don't really want to lose my warranty, and just gonna want to see how it goes. Cosmetic details, I'm never one for changing much cosmetic stuff on a car, but then I was at Dub Customs, because my Radical was being wrapped, and I was just talking to the guys there, and they were like, oh, because someone in one of the YouTube comments said, oh, you should do the grille black. And I hadn't even thought about it. I was like, oh, this is how the car looks. And then I'm sitting there with the guys, and I'm like, oh, someone mentioned I should change the grille to black. And they were like, oh yeah, I mean, all M cars look so much better with it black. And I'm talking to them, and they're like, oh, look, we can do it. It's super quick. It's one of the easiest things. Really won't take very long, and I could do it whilst I wait. So you're like, oh, maybe I should change it. Will it look better? I think it'll look better. I think I may end up doing that. But it's a slippery slope, because you go, oh, I could get the M Performance mirror caps that are carbon fiber that make the mirrors look carbon. But my problem with those is they're caps. They're not actually the mirrors. So it's like on top, you're adding carbon but getting more heavy. And same with, there's loads of little bits on the car you can get carbon, and you look at it and you go, oh, it's £150 for that. Oh, maybe I'll just do that. But I know, once you start, you don't stop. And then you've spent a couple of £1,000, you end up with the carbon diffuser, which would look great. You spent a couple of £1,000 on parts that add absolutely no value to your car whatsoever. And does it change anything about how it drives? No. So I think I will try and stay away from that. I may do the grille at the front. And that's about it. I can't think of anything else. I'm loving this car at the moment. It's good. I like it. So the next video will be probably a 500 mile or maybe 1,000 miles when I get back from this trip, because then I can give you a full, I'll kind of hammer it. Thanks for watching.